Yes, YouTube, I hope that you're good. It's Ben Hawksworth at The Coach Consultant, and today I'm going to be walking you through 5 ways in which you can earn £10,000 per month as an online coach or a personal trainer or fitness professional. And the reason that I want to do this video is because I feel like within the mentoring sector, within my sector basically, it's absolutely rammed down people's necks that you have to do high ticket. I've even seen people's ads, and a lot of ads where it's like, if you're not running high ticket as an online coach, you're going to be poor. Like, that's basically complete bullshit. I have clients who have apps, group coaching models, challenges, who are running at high multi-6 figures, 7 figures, and even some at multi-7 figures. But that is not saying that high ticket is not the best approach that you should be going down, because in reality it's the best, it's the low hanging fruit, it's the main focus for you to see value in yourself, charge enough, and then scale that model. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the numbers, the cost, the price, but most importantly, all the variables that you need in order to have a successful business in those sectors. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Again, I've had a lot of experience with every single time of coaching business, fitness business there is out there, and again, work with people who are performing at the top level. So again, it's going to be intense, it's going to be a step-by-step walkthrough, but most importantly, if you are looking at potentially adjusting to something different down the line, you're going to have an understanding of it. If you are, again, coming into now scaling your one-to-one service, you can understand what type of figures you're looking at on a one-to-one level, and overall, we're going to be diving into it pretty heavily. Quickly before diving into the board, I really want to explain and express that the value of this video is not associated with the figures that you can visually see on this right now. The value of this video is going to be based on how I'm going to speak to you, articulate it and explain it, and make sure that you completely understand what is needed to scale that offer, what is needed for it to perform, what type of roadblocks and hurdles can you expect along the way. So the top 5 for me are going to be 1, which is your normal standard high ticket, number 2, which is a group, number 3, which is a challenge, number 4, which is an app, and then number 5, which is a hybrid approach, which could be a variation of all of those together. So prior to looking at for example, the variables that affect it and the performance element of it, I want to break down, look, these are the numbers that you need to hit to earn 10k per month, just so we've got that baseline starting point. If you want to run a high ticket offer at 10k per month, which is £120,000 annual, then you need to have 40 clients at £250 per month. If you want to have a group offer, which again, a normal pricing range for a group, so something like school or a circle community or Facebook, you'd need to have 100 clients at £100 per month to earn £10,000 per month. If you were going to be looking at running challenges, and for example, I have clients now who just run challenges throughout the year. If you wanted to earn £10,000 per month over that, you would have to run 3 challenges at 200 intake and £200 per person. So that'd be £40,000 cash collected on each individual challenge, leading to £120,000 annual. If you wanted to earn £10,000 within an app, it would be £24.99 times around 9,996 or something when it's 400, but whereabouts, that's as close as I'm going to get it. But in reality, if you want to have 10k per month within an app, the normal pricing range for an app is going to be £24.99, and you're going to be looking at 400 members on that. And then what you've also got on top of this is the hybrid approach. So this is basically where you're going to come in and use something like a mid-ticket offer, so potentially £200 per month, or you might even just be at £250, but you've got less clients, but you want to get more volume into the business. Then you've got basically challenges. So what you'd do here is you'd have 8k monthly recurring revenue from 40 times £200, and then from that point, you'd basically be running at least 3 intakes with 40 people on each one and £200. And I'm just going to point out this one to you guys, right, really quickly. You might be looking at this now where if you're a 0 to 5k coach, is it 5 to 15k, 15 to 20, whatever it may be. In reality, to earn 10k per month and hit basically £120,000 annual, to get 40 clients at £200 a month is not that difficult when you're running the right type of acquisition and sales systems and content. It really isn't. Then on top of that, getting 40 people onto obviously a lower ticket challenge, potentially maybe 8 weeks at £100 per month, so it's going to be 50% off your normal high ticket one-to-one. In reality, to get those type of numbers there from your hybrid approach, that is a really easy offer that you can be coming and moving into. Now, what I want to basically talk about is the actual roadblocks that you are going to experience when you start to scale these types of offers. So as a starting point, when you've got high ticket, what I always basically say to people and explain to people is high ticket is absolutely incredible, but you have the high ticket headache, right? If you want to be scaling a high ticket online coaching company way beyond 40 people up to like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100k a month, for example, you're going to need to have a coaching team, you're going to need to have setters, you're going to need to have closers, you're going to need to have a CRM, you're going to need to have follow-up processes, you're going to need to have metrics tracking, you need to have all of these variables associated with obviously acquiring, nurturing, and selling and maintaining high ticket clients. So high ticket is incredible. I love high ticket. My business is high ticket, obviously, and I've had so many successful clients in that area. But one thing I really always make people aware of is the fact that, like, look, when you want to scale a high ticket business, you will have a high ticket headache, right? Which is absolutely fine when you're earning shitloads of money. So in reality, like, you're just going to deal with it. The next one is something like a group. So when we've basically got a group, this is something like a school community or a circle community or a Facebook community. What you've got to take into account when you are trying to scale a group up to 10K plus per month is the fact that you need to have a absolute obsessive hyper niche, right? Even more niche than your high ticket, because at the end of the day, these people aren't going to be getting managed on a one-to-one level. They are going to be getting managed by a online content format, via group calls, via posts onto a forum, for example. So these guys need to really be invested into what you are educating them on and what you're talking about on them as well. And on top of that, they also need to get along with each other, because if you've got a group but a complete mixed bag of people in that group, then and people aren't getting along, then it's going to be an absolute nightmare for you straight away. And that's obviously not what we want in any way, shape or form. So when you're looking at a group, you've also got to take variables into account, like having the actual volume. Obviously, as we can see here, this is a much less barrier to entry, at only being at around £100 per month. But also, when people are paying less per month, they are going to have less expectations, less commitment, and less buying and less motivation. So if, for example, someone's not sticking to what you're telling them, or they're not integrating into the community, they're not watching the videos, they will not see that as valuable anymore, and your drop-off rate will be quite high. So it's really important to take that into consideration. The next one is when you are looking at challenges. So I'm a massive fan of challenges. I find them really effective, especially on a one-to-one level and also on a hybrid approach. But what you've got to take into account is when you are going to be running challenges, you are going to burn your audience. So you need to be really careful about how you actually space those out throughout the year. So for example, like, I have some clients where they've tried to run one-to-one high ticket alongside challenges, then having 4 or 5 challenges per year. And I've said, like, look guys, in reality, let's look at an assessment on, right, where's the one-to-one out, where's the challenges out, where you're earning more money from. So I've had a couple of clients where they're earning a hell of a lot more money from challenges. So I said, right guys, let's just focus on hitting 5 or 6 challenges per year, because you're going to earn more money, you're going to confuse your audience less, and you can focus on just having a 2-3, or for example, as I've just posted as a lead magnet on Instagram, the T-3-2-1 launch method. And it means that you can obviously get a hell of a lot of cash flow and volume into the business. Obviously, when you are looking at challenges, the problem there slightly is the fact that you'll be only looking at big cash payments 3 or 4 times per year. When I've had a lot of clients before running challenges and group-based intakes, like, one of the areas that they struggle with the most is almost like that stress of thinking, oh my god, am I going to get my next payday? Obviously, you're going to have a space between the challenge intake to challenge intake, and you've obviously not going to have an element of monthly recurring revenue on that. So when you are running challenges and group intakes, you need to be absolutely obsessively, completely and utterly confident with your marketing, acquisition and sales process to actually be able to scale that type of model, alongside having the traffic to put through it as well. When you are then looking at an app, right, so this is actually a really good one to make, because I've basically had people come to me and speak to me about apps before. It's very obvious that we work with probably some of the best content creators and fitness apps, like within the US and UK fitness industry, running at silly figures. And people have come to me going, oh well, I don't have enough followers and I don't have enough kind of people who buy into it, right? Let's just say, for example, I've got 12,000 followers on Instagram right now. If I had an offer which was $24.99, and like, even say if it's in business, I don't actually think it would be that difficult for me to get up to £10,000 per month on a $24.99 offer, even with 12k followers. So again, a lot of people will kind of think, oh well, I have to have 5,000 people into an app. Yeah, if you want to earn a substantial amount of money, but in reality, for a lot of us, we potentially don't have that social media traffic actually there to be able to warrant using something like that. So the issues that you're going to have with an app is the fact that you need a substantial amount more volume for it to be profitable and for it to be viable, compared to something like a high ticket or a challenge, simply due to the price and the volume association. So what you've got to basically take into account there is, if you're going to want to run like or scale an app offer, is your content, your throughput, your traffic, your data acquisition, your retargeting, your marketing campaigns needs to be absolutely on it for that to be successful. Otherwise, you potentially just absolutely diluted yourself, because you should have been running a high ticket offer. And again, I would directly say right now that 80 to 90% of the people who are watching these videos right now, your avenues for scalability are going to be number 1, which is high ticket without question, number 2, which is looking at a hybrid approach, which is hybrid and challenges combined, and then number 3, obviously, if your challenges down the line start performing 10 times better than your normal one-to-one, then you could potentially look at running that as an avenue. The backup and areas would be looking at something like a group or an app, and the rationale for that is they are slightly a little bit more problematic, and you need a hell of a lot more traffic and content and awareness to be able to scale them to big levels. But when we're comparing that against just a 10k per month business, 400 people at $24.99 a month, not breaking the bank in terms of actually getting volume in. From that point, you have obviously then got a hybrid approach. So I've already spoke about that, so I'm not going to bang on too much about it. But the area, an issue that you have with a hybrid approach is that you need to be really, really careful with how you actually design these on your marketing plan. So I have a timeline planner called the Master Operator for our clients, which they plan at the start of each year. And you need to make sure that you've got a real clear space in between these group intakes and these challenges. So for me, I'll be looking at a minimum of like a 3-month spacing if you are going to be running a one-to-one and a challenge together. If you're just running challenges, more volume the better. Like, you can be coming in and getting 6-8 week challenges in, and again, I've got at least 4 or 5 clients who run a business like that at the moment at a very good level. But you've got to take into account that when you are running challenges, it's going to be heavily marketing based, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, so it will contradict and work against your normal high ticket one-to-one acquisition system. But as we can see there, guys, there's a hell of a lot more to this to be coming in and earning £120,000 per month, right, rather than just you have to do high ticket. But if you put 2 and 2 together watching this right now, in reality, if you want to be scaling faster and better, and again, like something which is just going to be your easiest asset, is to see yourself as a higher value asset. Scaling your high ticket one-to-one is going to be the answer. From that point, if you want to be thinking, right, I've got a bit of a space where, and I can do something a bit different, twice per year, I'm going to focus on running lower price but high volume challenge into there. So then what you do is you have a heavily element focus on the actual upsell element, and that's actually a lead magnet I've just released on Instagram, or I probably should say free resource, shouldn't I? In reality, it's a lead magnet, guys. So yeah, I hope that you've got a lot better understanding to how to earn £10,000 per month and the 5 ways to obviously do it. And then I'll just jump on and talk about a different point in a second. A big point that I want to make is it's your business, it's your life, and it's your future. Do not let anybody else's narrative dictate what you actually do with your business in terms of how you scale it and how you see success from it. Because as we can see there are multiple different models that can be easily scaled to £10,000 per month. And if it can be scaled to £10,000 per month, it can be scaled to £100,000 a month and beyond. So I hope that you've enjoyed this one, guys. Again, if you are looking at this right now and want to know a little bit more information about what we do, there's a link somewhere up there. If not, if you like the video, drop it a like. If you've got any requests, drop a comment. If you're not subscribing, I'll love you to subscribe. I'll see you next time.